George Lucas really does not like the sequel trilogy. This video proves it.
He's a Black Jedi.
Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is your one and only black friend, also known as a Black Jedi here. Welcome back. If you like Star Wars news, rumors, all that good stuff, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now. Make sure you also turn on post notifications. That way you don't miss any videos. All right, bring it in everyone. Hold up, big fella, you too close. Shake my hand. I appreciate you for checking out today's video. It means a lot. As you know, things have been escalating with Lucasfilm, and us fans, we just simply cannot tolerate not only the terrible movies that we've been given, but now recently everything going on with Gina Carano and her firing. Disney just seems to be giving us blow after blow, and I'm fed up with it. I know you're fed up with it as well. You're not the only person though. The creator of Star Wars, the maker, George Lucas, did a recent interview. And in this interview, he was asked this question.
I got Jeremiah Camacho, one of our 8th graders, who has a question about Star Wars. So we'll go from the sublime to the sublime.
Cool background, Jeremiah.
Well, thank you. My name is Jeremiah. I'm in the 7th grade, and I really like Star Wars. So my question for you is, the world has changed so much since the first Star Wars movie. How do you think the changes in the fights for racial justice will impact the Star Wars universe going forward?
But it's the answer that he goes on to give that is really, really telling about how he feels about Disney, how he feels about the current state of Star Wars. And that's what we're about to get into right now. Before we discuss the clip though, please make sure to leave a like on this video. If you are a fan of Star Wars, if you're tired of the terrible stuff we're getting from Disney, how they're treating us as a fandom, if you want Kathleen Kennedy out of there, and if you miss George Lucas. Yes, I do know that's a long list of things. Any of those things describe you as a Star Wars fan, make sure you hit the like button because this video is for you. All right, now let's get into the response that George gave. He really does not like the Disney sequel trilogy, guys.
Oh, I mean, I've kind of lost control of Star Wars, so it's going off in a different path than what I intended.
Let's just pause right here because I feel like George's wife is looking at him thinking, oh God, please don't say anything else about white slavers, George.
And you sold them. I sold them to the white slavers.
Okay, but I mean...
She really does not want to get any more calls from Mickey Mouse in the middle of the night. Yeah, this is George. It's the mouse. I heard what you said, Whitey. George really, and I mean really, does not like Disney Star Wars. He said it has gone off in another direction from what he intended, okay?
But the first 6 are very much mine and my philosophy. And I think that philosophy sort of goes beyond any particular time because it's based on history, it's based on philosophy, it's based on a lot of things. And you know, the first 3 basically tell you how a democracy turns into a dictatorship, and you end up with a tyrant.
This is the most polite way that he can say that Disney is ruining his vision. We can't dive fully into this interview because it is an hour long, but if you want to, I have the link in the description. You should definitely go check it out, especially if you're a Star Wars fan, especially if you love George Lucas, because this is really going to be something I think that is eye-opening for you as a fan. And George talks about so many different things, about life, about Star Wars, and it just all comes together into this beautiful like melody of what George Lucas is as a human being. The clip that we just played is very telling about how George feels about Disney Star Wars and how they're treating the stories that he wanted to tell. Now, yes, obviously George sold it off to them, but I really feel like this was a big mistake. And I think that George, if he could go back and do it over, he probably would not have sold his baby.
And you sold them.
I sold them to the white slavers.
Now the rest of this video does continue that we won't play, but he kind of addresses more of like the political side, the political agenda that we see in today's Star Wars. And you can just tell that George is not for all the SJW nonsense. He's not for all the, you know, political wokeness that is in Star Wars. And you hear all the time from people saying, well, politics has always been in Star Wars. George also addresses that in this video because he goes on to talk about how the political things that he put in Star Wars are kind of timeless. He's simply telling how a democracy becomes a dictatorship and how a dictatorship is horrible for everyone. And I think we all can get on board with that. He's not trying to tell us that the right is better than the left and so on. But hey guys, have you seen this interview? If you have, comment below what you thought about it. And even if you haven't, what did you think of this video? Here on this channel, I talk about Star Wars, but I also talk about Marvel. My next video will be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier and what you can expect from the very first episode. Basically here, you can expect anything super duper nerdy. Because I'm a super duper nerd.
To this day! To this day!
That's enough from me. Until next time, folks, may the Force be with us all.
Okay, but I mean.